Hey guys, welcome back to Mod and Pop Thrift. My name's Tom. I'm a full-time eBay reseller and a stay-at-home dad for my 6 kids. It's like 7:30 in the morning right now. I still have to take one to school, but I've got 6 orders. We're going to try and get them pulled this morning. So I paid like $8 for this at Goodwill. It's a size small, but it's got the Good Russell USA tag on it. These crests of universities tend to do fairly well. And then with this hang tag down here, this ended up selling. It took a month exactly and sold for $29 plus a free shipping. So that's making pretty decent profit on a pretty simple sweater. But if that was, I mean, Creighton's a reasonably recognizable school, but if it was the better the school, the better that shirt would be. This type of hat is called a painter's hat, and I got it from a buddy that's a picker. I paid $5 for it. It sold for $10 plus shipping. I wouldn't buy this again. Took a long time to sell. Not a great piece, but it's neat, and it's got that really cool late 80s, probably early 90s Corvette on it. Cool piece, not necessarily worth picking up. Hats are really slow to move. So here's a book. It sold for $10 plus shipping. I can't find it at the moment, so, but it doesn't matter. Like, it matters to my business, but it doesn't matter. The point of this channel is to show you guys what I buy, what it sells for, how things to look out for, that kind of stuff. So the fact that I lost it doesn't really affect you guys. This is just a cool fantasy book that sold. You guys remember the other day I went into Goodwill and I spent $50 on a PS2 and it did not work. I don't know if I ever told you that. It had a disc read error. Well, it sold after I'd kind of finished making the video yesterday. So I packed it and shipped it, but it didn't make the video. So anyway, it sold for $25 within minutes of being listed, not working. I will probably end up a little over even on that when the controllers, because the blue controller is worth $25, and then this controller is worth about $15, and then the power and AV cable I ended up listing at $21. So like, I'll make some money. $50 wasn't a good deal on that. If it had worked, it would have been, you know, $125, and that would have been a good deal. But they have a return policy, but I'm just not going to return it. I would rather break even than return it. Also that, I probably wouldn't have spent $50 if it didn't have the blue controller, which is something that I've had some success with before. But the reason that we're in this box is because Mario 3 and Mario 1 with the manual sold. These are retro truckload sale things. And then the other day I went into Goodwill and found this for $11, and I had 1 and 3. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And that one sold for $47. And it's not like you guys need me to tell you, hey, you should pick up Mario NES games because they sell really fast and for pretty good money. And this bundle of 3 controllers sold for not a lot, but they're pretty gross. They work, but I didn't take the time to clean them up. I'm not sure what that is. It's some kind of like yellow marker. You can see it was written on like intentionally, and they have Blockbuster stickers on them. And then this Cabela's, it's got a really nice Aztec pattern on it. It sold, it's a 5XLT, sold for $27. Free shipping. And I'll tell you a story about that one. And this is totally my fault. A buyer paid for this, and then I messaged him and said, hey, I noticed that my title said that this was just XL because I forgot to type the 5, but I looked at the description, the item specifics, and the tag that were all pictured, so all of that stuff was right at 5XL. But this person bought it based on the title and the first picture. So if you're spending a whole bunch of time taking your 2nd through 12th pictures and writing a good description and putting in all your item descriptions like a good boy, you should do those things, but don't expect anyone to see them. Those are for the algorithm. People read the first 3 or 4 words of the title and look at the first picture. So you need to get as much there as you can. Now, this was my fault. I messed up the title. So this person read the title and said, oh, that's an XL. I want it at the price. But all the effort in the world to say that was 5XL anywhere else didn't matter. Here we are, Helping Hands thrift store, Chillicothe, Illinois. Me and Ruby, we're going to jump in here and see if we can't find anything. The goal is 15 items, over 100% sell through with good profitability. Let's see what we can find today. That lady had a whole armful of plush. Maybe we'll go check that out. Skyline camo, $5.50, says as is. I can't imagine that's not worth $5.50. Eyeglasses are $1 each. These Nike Live Free. I don't know if I can make that. There it is. We'll take a look at those Nike. So those are a definite get. There's like 4 listed and like 8 sold, and they're like $55, $60 a pair. But something that I'm noticing is you're gonna have to start putting your search results in quotes if you want to see just what you're looking for and not have eBay feed you like 800 different things that are not what you're looking for. Do you see them from here? Maybe you do. These fancy pants rock revivals. So there's the name. I think it's M-I-K-A-E-L. So I am very tempted to buy this piece at $5.50. It's made in the USA, just a V-neck sweater, and then it's got Harley Davidson very nicely embroidered on it. But because this doesn't say Harley used under license, blah, 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 that could be somebody did a really good job on their embroidery machine, and this would then be bootleg. There's a Ruby. Are you telling them a story? Yeah. So this is not marked up, so it'll be $2.50. Five Brother is a pretty good brand to look out for most of the time. And in XL, this has 250 listed and 250 sold. Or maybe, I think it's 269 listed and 250 sold. It's close to 100% sell-through rate. So we're gonna go ahead and grab it because it's $2.50 and it should sell for $25. What am I missing in the toys? I don't see anything fun, anything too awful cool. New arrivals, CDs, audiobooks. So this turns out to be book 1, 2, and 4. There's your girl Janet Ivanovich right there. So the DeMarini is going to be a no. There's 29 listed, 1 sold. This I'm going to put back, even though I think probably it would do okay on Whatnot. I just, without it saying it's Harley Davidson used under license, I just don't want to sell it. About $3.50 for an uncut roll of baseball cards. Is this 89? And thus may have Ken Griffey on it. Oh, those are tops. Huh. So on the way out the door, we spent $2 on this. Carhartt's real easy to look up. Like I said, it was on the way out the door, so I didn't even actually look it up. I just grabbed it, and we can look it up in a minute. I'll put a comp up for it. Was it worth getting at $2? I imagine it probably was. But this is why this is a struggle for me, is we got 4 pieces. Now we'll make some money on those 4 pieces, but I drove a half an hour to get 4 pieces. But this is where the vast majority of my thrifting time is from the time I drop Evelyn off at her half day of preschool to the time I have to pick up the elementary school kids. I've got 2 hours. I've got like an hour and 40 today. And so if I'm going to commit to something that's a half an hour away, it's got to pan out or I'm getting nothing for the day. And that won't work either. Now, I mean, I do source on Whatnot. I do source on Hybrid Auction. But if I'm going to try to not shop at that Goodwill with as much time, I got to find something that's going to pan out to get me 15 pieces a day, or take a whole lot less time than driving, you know, almost an hour round trip, because that's all the time that I have. So we're going to hit the other Helping Hands, which is kind of out of the way, on the way to get the kids from school, but we've got a half an hour until we need to be there. So I probably only have about 15 minutes at this store once this light eventually will turn green, I'm assuming. And right off the top, Dakota Made in the USA by Five Brother Pearl Snap. Carhartt medium quarter zip. Land's End made in Vietnam. Oh, that's size 16, so that's women's. How about all shoes are $2.50 unless otherwise marked. These are as is at $20. These were here last time and they are like entirely walked completely through. But these are what stopped me. These are Alpine hiking boots. Really high quality. I'm not familiar with. So we're paying $4 for these. They're Kinney, Colorado, and they have about a 50% sell-through rate, but should sell for 40 or 50 bucks. So I think this is going to conclude our thrifting day. You guys saw me grab that cowboy statue. Well, he was $22.50, and I think there's probably plenty of meat on the bone left at that price, even with his condition. I did not comp the Carhartt shirt or the Five Brother Pearl Snap flannel, but I didn't feel like I really needed to at $2 a piece. And then the Kinney Colorado Alpine shoes, probably going to be the most lucrative, because at $4.50 I think I'll make 50 bucks, and the cowboy statue might be 70, but I had to spend 22 to get it. So I'm gonna go get my kids from school. Don't forget to like the video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.